Hi, and welcome to Season 2 of Big Sound Small Town, the podcast that spotlights the talented and diverse musicians in small towns and communities. This season we're branching out to include the community of people who make it possible for musicians to be able to perform their music, the producers, the recording engineers, the venue owners, and many others, and as always, the small town musicians. Remember, small town doesn't mean small talent. Hear their stories. I met Lily at the Royal Scruggs Center one morning, and I will have to tell you, she came in with the best looking guitar case I have ever seen in my life. Also held a very nice guitar in it. But she was also the first to leave something. Since then, several people have, but she left a capo there that day. Of course, she called me up. I'd found it, and I returned it. So it ended well. Listen to her story. You'll enjoy it.
So close, yeah, so far away. I pray one day that you'll stay, down from the mountains we both came, like wild horses will never be tamed. Meet me at the tower by the witch's shed your worries, cast your fears, lay them down, draw me here. Forget the past, we're here at last. Forget your past, I'm here at last. I heard you wanted to know how good it could be, how good it could be. We could be It could be easy, baby. It could be easy loving peace. Ooh. A feather, waited so long for the wild buffalo to come along. Like a Sunday forbidden fruit, we want what we can't except for the truth, except for the truth, and here it lies under our eyes. All you have to do is realize it could be so easy. Loving me.
Today on Big Sound Small Town, we're in the Earl Scruggs Center, and my guest is singer, songwriter, and guitarist Lily Talent. Welcome to the show, Lily.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to come.
Well, I appreciate this opportunity so much.
All right, let's start. Let's talk sports.
Let's do it.
All right. Music's not the first thing you did, is it?
No, sir. I grew up playing sports. At the age of 4, I played t-ball and basketball, and once I got to middle school and high school, I played volleyball, and I also I was on the track team. I was a thrower on the track team, though, and that took me on to Appalachian, where I was on the track team there for 5 years. I threw the shot put, discus, weight, hammer, and javelin.
Wow, all of them, eh?
Every
All
one of
field
them.
events.
Everything.
I take it to get to Appalachian, then you had to have some success at the high school level before you got there.
Yes, sir, I did. I won the state championship in shot put and discus my senior year of high school.
That's pretty amazing.
Well, it was. It was a lot of hard work.
And that would be what high school?
West Lincoln.
Exactly. I knew it, but I figured you wanted to give it a plug.
Yes. And I'm actually back there now coaching track. Yep, part-time.
Really?
Just I go over there in the afternoons and help out.
I referee high school soccer, and I'm there many times a year, both in both the boys' season and the girls' season.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And their soccer program has actually really grown over the years.
It has. It just got started when I was in high school, so it's fairly new. I mean, young.
Yeah, it is, and they've taken a cow pasture and actually turned it into a soccer field.
Well.
So they've done well with that.
Right.
They don't win much, but still.
Well, we're trying.
They're trying. Yeah, they're trying. So I'm not putting them down by any means. So, okay, so we spend our time, a lot of dedicated time to athletics. So you go to college. Are you in music yet?
Not yet. So of course, I'd been singing at church and stuff, and.
Oh, did you sing early on in your life?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it wasn't like some type of music had not been in your life early.
No, yeah. So early on, I was singing just at church, but it was, of course, just me singing. I didn't play an instrument yet, and I would do like the national anthem and that stuff, and I would even sing the national anthem in high school before my basketball games.
Before games, yeah.
So that was great.
Okay, so you knew at some point in your life that you could sing and wanted to sing.
Right, yeah. I did want to sing when I was little. I'd even like for career days, I would dress up as Reba McEntire.
Right.
And but I kind of just shelved the idea, I guess, for a while because I didn't know how I was gonna get there.
Right. Oh yeah.
And sports were always taking a forefront for me. I also played basketball. On my AAU team, we won a national championship, so I felt like I had a lot of opportunities going that way.
Yeah, I understand that. I do understand that. So okay. So we leave Appalachian.
Yes.
And when do we decide that we're going to all of a sudden go out and sing and learn to play guitar?
Well, that's a great story too. It started actually while I was at Appalachian. I'd said I kind of shelved the idea for a while about singing, but I went to Speed Street in Charlotte, and we happened just to get there early, and I saw a female musician singing, and for whatever reason, I'd never been to a show and saw
Oh, really?
A woman singing, yeah. And I thought that really inspired me. You know,
Right.
I thought, oh, that's awesome. You know, here I am. I've had this dream. I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
So that was neat. That was eye opening for me.
Right.
And I went home. My aunt, she had played in a band a long time ago, and she helped me find my guitar
Right.
at a pawn shop.
Yeah.
And I just started teaching myself a little bit here and there. And
YouTube. Is that where, or books?
I had a book, yeah.
Yeah.
I just started looking at the chords and just practicing.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And I was still going to classes
Right.
and having the whole track,
Thing
you know,
going
schedule.
through.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I didn't really have a lot of time, and definitely no time to play shows or
Right.
anything. And I really wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But so I was teaching myself how to play, and by the time, right before my senior season, I actually needed shoulder surgery.
Right.
But I just powered through. I thought I'm going to do this, and I went out with a bang. I did really well my last year, and I knew I was going to have surgery.
Right.
So as soon as I got out of from Appalachian, I got ready to have surgery, but I was playing, and that's when I actually played my first show
Oh, really?
at a festival. Yeah.
Do
So
you remember what you did? What songs you did?
I don't remember what songs, but I played in between everybody's set. So it was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
festival, and I played like 2 songs.
Yeah, doing
while
like they do.
changeovers.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
That's
that was
pretty cool.
neat. I know.
Yeah, I mean, to go to a festival to do that for your first jobs.
Right.
I mean, that's great.
I loved it, but they worked with me because my shoulder was essentially like falling out of place.
Right.
So I would have to sit and play for some of it, and then I had shoulder surgery, and then after that it was go time for the music.
Right. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, I guess that the sad thing too about being a track athlete of any type, once college is over, for the most part, it's over.
It is. I tell you, I've been back at it a little bit, just from being over there coaching.
Well, coaching is what you can do. You know, you probably like me at one point during that time thought, oh, I can be on an Olympic team. but then, you know, for some reason it just doesn't work sometimes.
Maybe not. Well, I'm still keeping the dream
I
alive.
hear you. You should. But yeah, then I can see how music can become a focus.
Right.
And obviously, from athletics, you have a focus.
Yes, sir.
So
There is a
So-
drive and a determination there.
yeah, I kind of thought that. So when did you first? I mean, okay, after that festival deal, did you start playing out then?
I did.
I mean, it's like, oh boy, I can do this.
Right. And actually, all the gigs I've ever had are just from word of mouth.
Oh, really?
Or people have seen me and they've invited me to play at different places. And from that festival, Stan
Yeah.
Lowry
Yeah.
from the Don Gibson
Sure.
Theater, he saw me and he invited me to come over there and play,
Right.
like open up in the lounge before some of the shows. And then it just kind of took off from there. I started
That's
playing.
great.
I started playing North and South Carolina and Charlotte, of course, a lot.
I guess you have to. I guess you're your own booking agent.
I am.
So you just have to call them up and say, I mean, booking's hard. I've done it for my own bands over the years.
Right.
That's a tedious, unthankful job. It's the hard part that people don't see.
It is hard, especially for me, in that I don't really have anything recorded yet.
Right.
I'm still finding my sound
Right.
and or what that is going to be like when I start adding instruments.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is a process, and well, at least you got the booking part. Now, I mean, if you can book without that material, that says a lot. I mean,
Well,
it's hard. It's hard to book.
it is.
I mean, these days it's hard to book.
And I'm thankful for friends who
Well, word of
vouch
mouth,
for
I
me.
mean,
Yeah.
At every stage, from local to the top levels, networking is a part of it. I mean,
That's the truth.
knowing musicians and musicians helping other musicians.
Right.
I mean, that's really about 90% of how it all gets done is musicians helping another musician in
Exactly.
one form or another.
And I'm grateful for everybody that has helped me thus far, and I hope to be that for someone someday. I just don't know if I.
Right, exactly. Well, it's a process.
If I'm there yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get to the songwriting part.
Okay.
When did you decide you could write your own songs?
Oh, well, I started when I was learning how to play the guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to write my own songs and be able to, get my own voice out there. And I knew if I were going to start playing shows that I was probably going to have to play my own instrument.
Right.
It was just going to be too hard to find other people to play with.
It is.
Especially when I was still at Appalachian, and then when I got home, I just really just started. And I was just putting chords down on top of words and just seeing what I thought sounded good. And even like you said before, when you heard me, one of my songs, you thought that's not what I expected from you.
Well, that's not what a lot of your live show has been.
Right.
Which is cool. I mean, that's really cool.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we all know, you know this, people who are listening need to know this. So you have to play a lot of cover songs to get to play your own songs.
Exactly. And as you can probably tell, I lean more towards minor chords and sad and slow.
Yes.
And I can't help it. That's just what comes out.
Right.
That's just what I like.
Sure.
And so to offset that, I have to play some Tom Petty.
Exactly. I mean, you do. So that was, that was a pleasant surprise for me.
Well, thank you.
After seeing the live shows, I was thinking, well, I don't know. I thought we'd be coming out like we was going to be Brandy Carlisle.
Oh, I love Brandy Carlisle.
Brandy's cool, But actually, you've got your own style. It's really, really cool.
Well, thank you.
I was impressed. So, okay. So, what's the future looking like? Are you trying to record anything?
I am trying to record. So I've been at it now probably 3 years, in and out of the studio.
Right.
Recording, kind of listening to the demos, and then going back and changing it, and just trying to find something that I feel like sounds like me. And I'm not in any rush to.
You don't have to be in a rush.
Put out something that I don't want to put out something that I don't like, or something that I don't think says Lily Talent.
Yeah, I've done that, so I understand that. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I am. There is a sense of urgency, and that I feel like it's holding me back not having anything recorded. And,
probably is a bit, yeah.
And
no doubt.
And people ask for a recording or a CD, something all the time, and I want to be able to put out something. Especially my parents, they want to.
Of course they do. Oh yeah,
they want to hear it.
They do.
And my whole family and friends and the community.
Sure they do. Oh, well, I mean, it does. People hear you and then they want to buy your merchandise, and there you are, you're losing out. Lily, you're losing money.
Well, I know, and I just feel like I'm losing opportunities sometimes.
Probably are too.
To play in bigger cities like Nashville, and I have been out to LA and played, but still, it was kind of a word of mouth type
gig. Well, I mean, that's okay. That's how you get there.
Yeah.
And I don't know that really. Sometimes when you're doing it yourself like that, in the long run, it turns out you'll look back and think, oh, that was so much simpler and so much more fun than having a booking agent and a publicist and a manager.
Right.
I mean,
I understand.
It's not the bed of roses people think it is a lot of times. So what kind of shows you got coming up?
Well, I'm going to play it at the Dragonfly at the end of January. But that's really all I have coming up. I believe it is on the 24th.
Of January?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'll be there. I look forward to seeing Shelby in Cleveland County.
I don't know what it is about Appalachian musicians that start late. I don't know. I guess it's good that they do start late, because the ones I know it's turned out and worked well for them. So I know you're a busy person, and I want to thank you for coming and doing this today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
All right, thank you.
It's been a blast. tell by the way your eyes are piercing